You liked my jokes when they were sad. You knew my quiet meant I was mad. You said we'll talk and meant it then, but now it's text with no how's been. I still think to call you first and stop myself before it hurts. You don't ask about my days. I don't say what I can't phrase. We don't talk the same. You don't wait to hear. I still search your face. You just shift the gear. We don't sit and quiet like we used to do. You say, how are you? But don't stay through. You told me once we'll always care, but now I speak and you're not there. I laugh too fast, you're not too slow. We lost the part that used to know. You don't flinch when I go small. I don't write when nights feel tall. We don't talk the same. I reach you past. You still sound kind, but that won't last. We try so soft to stay in place, but time erased our shared space. You were the one who heard me wrong, but stayed to hear my quiet songs. We don't talk the same, but I still care. Just not enough to keep us there. You were my friend before the flame. Now we just not, but not the same. I said yes, you made it small. I held us, you let it fall. I stayed up, you stayed out. I bit my tongue, you raised your doubt. I showed up, you said don't try. I made it right, you asked me why. You say I'm strong, but use my weight. I gave you more than you could take. All I gave you called too much, but kept it close when things got rough. I poured, you looked away. You left, but asked me to stay. You said you love, but only take. I forgave, you said that's fair. You lost things, but I was there. I let you speak while I went quiet. You liked me soft, then called it tired. I broke for you and said I'm fine. You took my yes and drew the line. All I gave you called too much, but used it all when things got tough. I asked, you turned to leave. I stayed You said I'm rare but didn't choose. You had my best and let it bruise. All I gave you called too deep, but kept the parts you gotta keep. I stayed when it hurt too loud. You left without turning around. I don't trust the quiet parts, the way it builds and breaks apart. I've been left mid-sentence too, so now I flinch when love feels true. But you're still here, still holding back. And maybe that's what I can't lack. So teach me how to not be scared, to take your hand and just stay there. I don't need loud, just need real, someone who stays when I feel. I've learned to leave before I fall, pretend the weight was never small. But now your eyes don't look away, and something in me wants to stay. If you have space for broken things, can I be held like I have wings? So teach me how to feel again, to let love in and not defend. I want to want without regret, to not say no when I mean yes. Don't fix me, just wait with me. Not every heart needs symmetry. So teach me how to give you trust, to see the gold, not just the rust. And if I shake, please understand. I wanna stay, just need your hand. I passed by the bench, we carved our names. They faded now, but I still see the shapes. The sky that day was a kind of blue that made it feel like things would stay true. But time is quiet like a thief at night. breaks without warning, never asks if it's right. If I had known then what I know now, I'd have held your hand just a little more proud. I wouldn't rush to get things done. I'd stop and breathe while we were still one. Your shoes on the mat were the last to go. I stepped around them like they still meant home. The clock kept ticking, but not for us. It moved us forward, then left the dust. I thought we had a longer line, but love ran out before the time. If I had known then how fast it slips, I'd have kissed you slow and never skipped. I'd memorize the sound you made when you said nothing but chose to stay. Now I sit with what won't come back, a future we lost on a faded track, and all I can do is write it down to feel you near without the sound. If I had known then this would be the end, I'd have loved you like it couldn't bend. But maybe love was meant to break, so we'd remember what we couldn't take.
You said it's not personal, then stayed quiet for days. I made room, you filled it with space. You called me strong when I didn't cry. I took the blame, you didn't try. You said you loved me, just not the way I want, but I kept folding, you never got caught. You talked like pain was part of care. I stayed through it, you weren't there. You called it love when it felt like less. You called me too much when I just felt stress. I broke to bend, you stayed so tough, but you called that don't overthink, as if that helped. I learned to flinch before you yelled. I gave soft, you gave cold. I told the truth, you controlled. You said I needed thicker skin, but you were the reason I caved in. You called it love, but I held my breath. You looked away and called it death. I changed for you, you never moved. You called it love. shouldn't feel like this, but I stayed, so maybe it is. You called it love, like it was true. I called it hurt, but stayed with you. I gave it all. You said be tough. You called it love, but it wasn't enough. Dear me, dear me, I know you tried to hold the weight and still survive. You made excuses for the cold, thought if you stay, you'd not feel old. But nights like that were not your fault. You bent too far, you lost your pulse. Come back now, you've waited long. You missed your name to feel belong. Take that voice and let it sound. Don't shrink again when they come round. You are not what they erased. You are not the love you chased. Dear me, you gave too much and called it care and called it trust. But hearts like yours don't break in one. They crack in places soft and dumb. But you kept light where none was left, and still said thanks for taking less. Come back now to hands you knew. You let them leave but not lose you. Speak again like you begin. Don't need permission to be skin. You are not their quiet room. You are not the pain they bloom. You stayed kind when torn apart, so right again from where you start. Come back now, don't wait for signs. You're not behind, you were just kind. Take that love you learned to make and give it first to your own name. You are here, you still remain. You are home when you reclaim. You didn't ask if I got home. Just let the night end on its own. I stared too long at your receipt. You bought 2 drinks, but one was sweet. That's the day you forgot me. Not in words, but in coffee. I didn't fight, I didn't stay. I paid my half and walked away. You used to wait for me to speak, but now you check your phone midweek. I left my book inside your coat. You didn't text, you didn't note. That's the day you forgot
just quietly. No slam door, no final plea, just you not noticing me. It wasn't loud, it wasn't clear, but something left when you stayed near. That's the day you forgot me, and I didn't remind you to see. I tied my shoes, I crossed your street. You looked right through, like we never meet. And that's the day you forgot me, and I let you. I held your name like it meant more, but some things crack behind closed doors. You stayed late, I didn't ask. You gave less, I dropped my mask. I knew the end before it came, but stayed to feel just half your name. You pulled away, I leaned in. I called it love, you called it thin. I knew it would hurt, but stayed anyway. I watched us fall like we meant to break. I knew the weight, I knew the sound, but hoped you'd turn before it hit the ground. You left your book, I didn't read. I cleaned the shelf, but not the need. You said be strong, I said I'll try, but in my chest I whispered why. You watched the light, but dimmed my part. I stayed too long inside your start. I knew it would hurt to hold on late. I wrote us in, you closed the page. You didn't lie, but didn't stay. You gave me time, then walked away. Some endings don't scream loud, they just arrive and clear the crowd. I knew it would hurt, but still I stayed. I knew the cost, but loved anyway. I knew it all before the fall, but knowing never stopped it at all. you'd seen me in a life I haven't lived. I asked your name and then forgot to breathe. You said something dumb and it sounded like poetry. I'm scared of fast things, but I still took your hand. Don't know where this is going, but I don't need a plan. I don't know you yet, but I want to. Even if you ruin me the way some people do. This might end messy, but maybe that's fair, 'cause I'd rather crash than not get there. I'm writing down pieces of things you said, memorizing nothing but feeling it instead. You talk in circles and I keep following. Your voice is a maze, but I don't want out of it. I swore I'd be cautious, but I jumped the line. Something about you makes risk feel like mine. I don't know you yet, but I want to. Even if I lose the calm I spent years holding on to. This could be chaos, but maybe that's right, 'cause every love I played safe went quiet. Tell me something true, I'll believe it all. Don't give me slow, just make me fall. I don't know you yet, but I want to. If this breaks me, at least I broke for you. We could burn bright or fade too fast, but I'll take the heat if you'll make it last. I saw you smile in someone's arms. I said good for you, but blinked too hard. You held her close like I once stood. She touched your face like I once would. She made you laugh, I looked away. I knew that sound from better days. She sees the now, but not the past. She gets the ease I held too fast. But I knew him first, his quiet breaks, his morning thoughts, his smallest stakes. I knew the way he looks when wrong. I kept him soft when things went long. She calls him kind, and so he is, but she won't know the things he missed. He tells her half of who he was. I held the rest before it passed. She holds his hand, I held his fear. She holds his name, I held him near. But I knew him first, his late night doubts, his soft
loved her voice when lights went out. I knew the cracks beneath his smile. She sees the part I loved a while. I don't want what we had then, but I still know who he was when I knew him first, not best, not right, but held his storm before his light. She gets the calm, I got the fight. He's smiling now, but I knew that night.
You were kind when I wasn't. You stayed calm when I made it something. You held my hand even when I pulled. And now I wonder if that's my fault. I needed space but hated the quiet. You gave me room, I filled it with silence. Maybe it was me who broke the start. Maybe I was tired of trying too hard. You gave enough and I looked away. I let the right thing go wrong anyway. You were good, I just couldn't stay. You never asked for more than real, but I showed up not knowing how to feel. I wanted love, but pushed you off. Said I'm okay, then cried when you stopped. You made it clear, I blurred the line. You held the truth and I took my time. Maybe it was me who changed the air. You were solid, I wasn't fair. You stayed close, but I looked through. I blamed you, but it wasn't true. I think I loved you, but not out loud. I think I wanted what I didn't allow. Maybe it was me who set this down. You stayed the same, I turned around. You gave the best, I gave you doubt. And now I miss what I shut out. I saw you smile in someone's arms. I said good for you, but blinked too hard. You held her close like I once stood. She touched your face like I once would. She made you laugh, I looked away. I knew that sound from better days. She sees the now, but not the past. She gets the ease I held too fast. But I knew him first. His quiet breaks, his morning thoughts, his smallest aches. I knew the way he looks when wrong. I kept him soft when things went long. She calls him kind, and so he is. tells her half of who he was. I held the rest before it passed. She holds his hand, I held his fear. She holds his name, I held him near. But I knew him first, his late night doubts, his softer voice when lights went out. I knew the cracks beneath his smile. She sees the part I loved a while. I don't want what we had then, but I still know who he was when I knew him first. Not best, not right, but held his storm before his light. She gets the call, I got the fight. He's smiling now, but I knew that night. I gave you Sunday in every storm. You took the calm but left the form. I told you things I never wrote. You smiled once and called it note. I stayed when loud, you stayed when fine. You said I care but drew a line. You got the light but not the burn. I opened up, you didn't learn. I gave too much of me to someone still closed. I said it all, you just froze. I showed my worst, you stayed polite. I cried in full, you dimmed the light. You liked my calm, not what came through. You held the best, not what was true. You let me give, but gave control. You stayed around, but not whole. I gave too much of me in hands not wide. You touched the top, I showed the inside. I gave the pain, you left the song. You stayed soft when I stayed alone. You didn't break me, you just stood while I kept giving more than you could. I gave too much of me, and that's the ache. You watched me pour but didn't take. You held the smile, I held the cry, and that's the part you walk by. I folded the blanket but left side you used. Not sure if I was saving it, but just scared to move. The lamp still flickers like it always did. Funny how the smallest things still know where you've been. I'm not over you, but I don't want you back. I still cry in the kitchen, but it's not just for that. And I don't know what to do with this space. It's not broken, but it's not okay. I went to the cafe, you hated their tea. Sat by the window where you wouldn't sit with me. They said I looked tired, I said it's just work. But part of me knew it still kinda hurt. I'm not over you, but I'm not falling apart. I stopped writing drafts, I don't plan to start. And I don't know how to name this ache. It's not anger, but it's not fake. There's no last message, no final fight. Just days where I forget, then cry at night. I'm not over you, but I don't need the why. I'm just here, still learning to try. And I don't know how to feel it yet, but maybe this time I'll let it set. I stayed on your page for longer than I meant to. Your photo was the same, but you look farther. I didn't want to mean it, but I did. I almost said it in the pause between messages. I almost meant I still feel it, but left it unsent. You don't deserve to hold it, but I still couldn't let it go. I walked into our song by accident, but stayed until the final note. If you had asked just once, I would have told you everything. I almost said it more than you'll ever guess, but almost is what you left me with. it's late again, but I don't want this night to end. The clock's been ticking, but your eyes make it slow. I don't care what tomorrow means, just don't go. We're not forever, and maybe we never were, but for now, can we just pretend? Stay till the streetlights fade, till the cars stop humming and the night behaves. If the world takes you, promise you'll leave slow, 'cause right now I'm not ready to let you go. You said you don't believe in magic, but you looked at me like something was happening. I don't need a future, just this second with you. No promises, just quiet and truth. Stay till the last breath of this hour, till the noise in my chest turns into flowers. Stay just a little longer, please. I don't miss you when we're apart, but I find myself saving space in my heart. You don't rush, you just show, and maybe that's what makes me slow. I'm not in love yet, but I'm not closed. I don't dream of you, but I don't feel alone. You're not everything, but you're something new, and that's more than I thought I could do. I still flinch at sudden touch, but I've let your laughter live in my hush. I won't say it, not just yet, but I don't run like I always did. I'm not in love yet, but I might be close. I don't know the future, but I'm letting go of the weight I carried, of what love once meant. And with you, I feel content. smiled but didn't look up. Picked at your sleeve like it said more than I did. You asked if I wanted tea, like that was an answer. And maybe it was. I thought I'd feel lighter, but now I'm just quieter. You didn't say anything, not me too, not I'm sorry, not even let's talk later. Just silence and the sound of your kettle boiling. I stayed longer than I should have. Watched you stir sugar into something you didn't drink. You asked if I wanted a ride. I said I'm fine, but I wasn't. No answer, still an answer, I know, but it's the kind that takes longer to hurt. You didn't say anything, and that said everything. And I stared at everything. You didn't say anything, and that said everything. Yours, but it doesn't feel the same. I said hi, and you smiled like nothing ended. You asked if I still write. I lied and said not much, because the truth was mostly you. I said I liked your haircut, like it was easy to say something that didn't hurt. You used to know every version of me, but now you ask what I've been doing. You stood like the past wasn't in the room, but I felt everything. We don't say much now, but it says enough. We don't ask why, because we already know. And maybe this is the closest we'll ever be again. Your hands didn't shake when you gave me back my sweater, but mine did. I took it like it meant nothing, and smiled like I didn't feel everything. I almost asked if you missed me. I almost said I still think about us, but we're good, aren't we? We don't say much now, but sometimes quiet says more. And this might be the kindest we've ever been. still think about us, but we're good, aren't we? We don't say much now, but sometimes quiet says more. And this might be the kindest we've ever been. You held my hand like I might pull away. We never talked about forever, but you looked at me like you thought about it. I learned what not to say by watching how you blinked, and I called it love because it felt like trying. You felt almost safe, almost still, almost mine, but I was almost home, and that's not where love should live. I waited for you to notice how much I disappeared. You kissed me like it was routine, and I memorized it anyway. I wanted someone who didn't flinch at closeness. You were almost right, but that almost bruised me, and I'm done looking for a love I have to shrink for. I wanted to belong, not to fit. You were almost right, but that almost bruised me, and I'm not looking for a love I have to shrink for. I wanted to belong, not to fit.
You said hi, and I almost ran. Funny how fear still holds my hand. I forgot how to hold someone close without flinching, like it might explode. But you smiled and didn't rush, and I felt safe for the first time in months. I don't know what this could be, but you're not asking for guarantees. I'm learning how to let
talk about silly things, your movie picks, my mismatched rings. You don't ask where I've been, and that's the part that lets me begin. I stopped waiting for the storm. Sometimes love isn't torn. I'm learning how to stay right here, to show up without fear. You don't fix me, you just see, and that's what healing means to me. Not all love has to burn. Maybe this time I get to learn. Put on that dress you never liked. Walk past the coffee place, didn't even check inside. Didn't mean to move on, but I guess I have. I forgot to miss you somewhere between new playlists and clean sheets. I didn't rehearse it, didn't force it, but I'm laughing, and you didn't cross my mind today. Found a photo, didn't keep it. I found a song, didn't feel it. Turns out healing doesn't need fireworks, just weekends with nothing to fix. I forgot to miss you, didn't mean to, didn't fake it, but it's real now. I'm better than the version you knew, and lighter without trying to be. Guess forgetting feels a lot like peace. I don't cry when I hear your song, but I still don't play it on purpose.
I stopped explaining myself to memories that won't listen. I started walking slower because there's no one I'm chasing. I gave what I had, and I don't want it back. I don't want more love, just love that stays. Not the kind that needs proof, just the kind that holds. I don't need to be seen, I need to be safe. I erased just right.
No one's knocking, no one's home, but I've learned how to be alone. I stopped setting 2 plates out, stopped waiting for you to come around, folded the past like clothes in a drawer. I don't check like I did before. I still sleep on my side, but the space feels less wide. I'm still standing, not taller, not louder, but steadier. You left, but didn't break me. You paused, but didn't erase me. There's no anthem, no applause, just me and that's enough. I play old songs, but skip the track where you'd hum along at the back. And I laugh just because I know healing doesn't need a cause. Maybe love isn't the prize. Maybe staying is just the fight. I'm still standing on the ground, not reaching, but not backing down. Your name, I don't repeat a thought that feels bittersweet, but I breathe like before, and I don't need more. Yeah, I'm still standing.
You don't say it, but it shows every time you don't look up. You laugh at my joke, but only with your mouth. Your eyes have been somewhere else for days. I ask what's wrong, you say I'm just tired. Like that explains how far you've gotten from me. You hold my hand like it's habit, not home. You don't say it, but I feel it in how you sigh after you kiss me. You don't say it, but I hear it in every space you leave between us. You walk ahead like we're not supposed to walk together. No. You answer, but only just, and I've stopped trying to ask twice. You don't need to break my heart. You've already put it down. You don't say it, but I know you're leaving was quiet.